Welcome to the Revolutionized Reliability Academy. I'm Adam Barrett, and I'm going to be taking you through a 6-module journey to improving how your company designs products to be highly reliable by default. This academy isn't aimed at making you a reliability engineer. The academy is optimized for anyone involved in the design process who wants reliability to be a cornerstone of that process. This academy works if there are 0 reliability resources available to you, or you have a 10-person reliability department and 2 reliability labs within your company. Okay, where do we start? How about with Design for Reliability, also known as DFR? DFR was introduced in the 1990s and promised an integrated reliability engineering toolkit in the standard design process. Looking at today's modern technology design programs, I would say it did not deliver as promised. Reliability is still much like it was pre-DFR. There's a group of reliability engineers who are not included in the design process. They have a dynamic with the designers that resembles auditors evaluating a separate team and forcing them to comply with regulations. That audit dynamic is not an effective way to efficiently achieve the company's reliability goals. This process leaves the DFR toolkit looking for places to insert itself, hoping to add value. It is a cumbersome process that is inefficient and ineffective. Many of the design risks we find during development simply end up earmarked to be improvements for version 2.0 of the product. We commit to giving our customers a product we know will fail their expectations and our promises. There is this hope we can paint reliability onto a product after development, which you can't. As many companies grow in maturity, they try to tweak how they do reliability to improve it. That's evolution. Evolution is slow and driven by having many failures, leaving one solution standing that you move forward with and then try a number of new ways with many failures and again only one step forward. That's 6 to 10 steps just to get one step forward. Companies that do this ultimately end up collapsing after sustaining a death spiral of reactive engineering driven by continuous field failures. Be honest with yourself. You've effectively enlisted your customers to be the test engineers and forced your designers to put aside quality design time to innovate new products in favor of frantic root cause analysis in the field. We need a revolution, quick change driven by a new vision that shows immediate results. When we revolutionize reliability, we will be creating a process where the foundation of designing has all the needed connection points for the core elements of the DFR reliability toolkit. Of course, we may not know exactly what tools we need when we start a program. What we can build in is the guiding principles and points to plug in the tools. We aim to use the right tools at the right time, not a pre-planned set of tools we are supposed to use. What is the right time? It's the time when the tools have maximum impact. It's the time when they deliver immediate value to the design process. This will be evident because the design team is pursuing these tools. They know that they will save them time and drive the creation of a product with the performance of what traditionally was a 3rd-generation product, but in the 1st generation. History is always a great way to understand where we are headed, even if where we are headed is going to be a sharp left turn to ensure we end up at a better destination. So how did reliability end up so separated from good design? Well, reliability started as a very separate function from design. It has had a long journey of finding its way into the design process to different degrees in different industries and different companies. There are companies out there that have fully successfully integrated it into all aspects of design. Apple for one, Toyota's another. But for most of us out there, we haven't fully gotten it interwoven into how we turn amazing technology into highly robust products. Let's take a look at where reliability started so we can better understand how we got where we are. Reliability engineering started when the defense industry incorporated statistical tool sets in the product development process. These statistical tools didn't really drive design. They told us more about what was going to happen with our design in the future or characterize what happened in the past. It was more akin to getting a weather report or studying what were the underlying causes for a past storm. As reliability grew, so did the toolkit. Eventually, a broad selection of test and analysis tools were used throughout several stages of the design process. But in real life, commercial design that intended process was difficult to follow. Because unlike defense or aerospace, consumer products didn't have the luxury of long product development cycles. Eventually, even defense and aerospace didn't either. As they matured, they became highly competitive, and the technology they developed started moving as fast as consumer technology. The result was reliability became siloed in the design process. Often, the compromised outcome is that the full set of reliability tools that were to be used were negotiated down to a few that were selected for no particular reason. Their only real value was a check in a box stating reliability had been done and we could move forward. The outcome of this approach is that the products experience failures in the customer's hands are involuntary test engineers. This cost the company in terms of warranty, safety, customer satisfaction, and market share. It's a massive impact on the bottom line and on the business growth. The unfortunate part is that the improved core robust design was still invested in, but released at version 2.0 when it could have just as easily been done in 1.0. The problem is that the established program dynamics didn't permit us to make smart decisions based on the big picture. So it's clearly time to take a step back, come up with a new plan, and redirect what we do fundamentally. In other words, revolutionize. Revolutionizing reliability is that next chapter in the reliability product development journey that ensures we make the best version of our product the first time and deliver on our promises to our customers. Welcome to the What is Revolutionized Reliability worksheet. So what is revolutionized reliability? We talked about that a little bit, but here's a nice graphical representation of how well it can change how we develop products. And really, it's that one simple concept. Are we taking the reliability tools and we're forcing them into the product, into the project, onto the design team? Or are we integrating them in where the design team is benefiting from using them? They want to use them. They understand how using the DFR toolkit in the right way adds value. And that's a big part of what we're learning in this course is how to integrate them so they add value. We should never be, if we're forcing them on the team, it's not working. So you can use this graphic to help share that if you need to. So what reliability tools do you have in use in your organization right now? Are you an organization that's just discovering reliability test and analysis tools? Have you just discovered Hall testing and that's your first introduction to it? Have you tried accelerated life testing? This can be really great for us to benchmark where you are now. And then as we go forward, as you begin to advance how you use revolutionized reliability in your DFR strategy, see what other tools come into play. Now remember, we're not trying to use all the tools. There's no good mechanic who approaches his job saying, I'm going to use all the tools in my toolbox. It's about knowing how to select the right tools at the right time. And that's what we're aiming to do. So the purpose of the tools. Are we understanding and getting the results we want from the tools? This is where we know that we're using the right tools at the right time. Can you actually capture what results have occurred because of them and then show that value and use that to further help people understand why they should use them? Now, it can be really interesting to see in the organization what teams interact with reliability currently. Maybe nobody interacts with reliability right now. It's kind of isolated. Maybe you don't have a reliability department. Or maybe you have a huge reliability department with 2 big labs and 25 people spread across 3 facilities. But who's interacting with it? Is it just the quality department? Is it that kind of limited and isolated? Or are the design teams deeply involved with it? Is marketing involved? How far right now is the reliability initiative reaching the full organization? So the effectivity is really what we're going for. Remember, we're going for results. That's what the revolutionized reliability is about. Historically, DFR toolkits have been applied, but they're not really results oriented, and that's what we want to do. So why don't we capture right now baseline some of the effectiveness you feel for the reliability tools that are used? And based on those, the ones that are not as effective as we want, can you identify what the reasons are? Why are they not effective? Can you speculate that it's because the expertise isn't there or there's lack of equipment? So I think this worksheet will help us baseline where you're at to make a great impact on seeing where we end up.